Whenever I first saw the title Freedom on the Bible study, it was the title that caught my eye. I felt like I had been struggling to get to a place of freedom for a long time. So I was overwhelmed and I didn't want to commit to anything. So I thought, well, I'll go, I'll sign up and I'll go. And if it's too much, I can just stop. I went into my Freedom small group with a note on the bottom of my Freedom cover that said, don't overshare and keep your mouth shut. Be quiet, I believe were the words. And because you go into life so guarded and you don't want to open up. And very quickly into my Freedom group experience, I realized that it wasn't about guarding, it was about growing. And that was a safe place to grow. It was a safe place to come and let all the facade down. The I'm okay and everything's great. You could come in there with your prayer requests. You could come in there with your hearts. You could come in there prepared to hear what God had to say to you where you were at. I think the biggest thing that I took away from the small group of women that I met with was the transparency and the vulnerability and just the personal stories that our group leaders shared with us. They facilitated the material, which was amazing, but they facilitated it by saying, wow, this is what this is doing in my life. It wasn't like somebody was looking down at you, preaching to you, going, these are the facts. It was like, hey, God has set me free from this and this and this, and He's continuing to set me free from these daily struggles. And you've got to experience this. It opened my eyes in a way that I didn't expect. The words and the verses that I knew from my past were like hearing them for the first time. The bonds that I made with the people in my group were unlike any that I've had in the past. I went from feeling like I was struggling alone to a place of feeling like I was free. By the time it was all said and done, I made a different note for myself on the cover of my book. I'm free, I'm loved. Since then, I look forward to every day. When the sun comes up and it's time to wake up, I'm looking forward to what God's gonna do. Life's still coming, it's still rough, it's still hard, but it's from a different vantage point now. Just having that set of women, that group of women, my small group women from Freedom, that I can, type up a text message and send to and say, hey guys, I need some prayer today. I'm having a problem with this, and they'll just to know that I've got women in my group that will stop what they're doing in that moment and just be praying for me. That's what the body of Christ is. If you're hesitating about joining a small group, don't. That's where the growth happens. That's where the healing happens.